Hey YouTubers, it's Andrea René, a current Peace Corps volunteer in Nicaragua. Welcome to my channel, Andrea René Abroad, where I talk about Peace Corps, travel, and working abroad. As you might be able to tell if you have viewed any of my former videos, I am not currently in my site right now, and the reason for that is that Peace Corps Nicaragua is currently being evacuated. I'm sharing this with you all because this is a how-to site right on Peace Corps travel and working abroad, and never thought that I would make a video on how to evacuate a country during Peace Corps, but I thought that I would just go ahead and take this opportunity to share my experience with you all, so that if any of you are evacuated in the future, or you're just curious about Peace Corps and you want to know all the details, then you can hear about this experience, which is like happening now. This is happening live. Basically, to give you all a little bit of background, last week was pretty much a normal week. On Thursday, we started to get some information about the fact that there was civil unrest going on here in Nicaragua. And I won't go into details about why there is civil unrest, but if you would like information on that, I'm going to attach an article below from the New York Times that I found to be very valuable in providing background information. At that point on Friday, we were put in lockdown, so we were not allowed to leave our houses. And Peace Corps actually calls that stand fast. So we were in stand fast starting on Friday, and we were not allowed to leave our houses. Then on Sunday, we got a phone call from staff that we needed to pack our bags and wait for further notice. So at first we thought we were just going to be consolidated. I was kind of worried, and so I actually ended up packing as though we were evacuating. And not only evacuating, but I packed as though I was never going to return, just to be absolutely safe. And then Sunday evening at 7 p.m. at night, we got a phone call from staff letting us know that we were going to be evacuating the country. Basically, I had a little bit more than 12 hours to prepare for evacuation. When I got the call from my boss, I just broke down crying. My service means so much to me, and it was very difficult to receive that call. I called my parents, I texted all my friends back in the United States, letting them know what was happening, and then I started calling all of the Nicaraguans. So I called my counterparts first, the 3 Nicaraguan teachers that I work with. I'll do a video about them in the future for sure. This channel is not ending. I called all my school directors. I then called the delegate in my city, the educational delegate, so she would know. Obviously, I told my host family. I also called my host family from training. So they were all very understanding. They said that, it was important that us Peace Corps volunteers did not get mixed up in any of the civil unrest that was going on, that our safety came first. And of course, I agree with them, but that's so hard because I care about these people so much and I don't want anything to happen to them. So that was very difficult. There are currently 168 volunteers here in Nicaragua, so you can imagine how this evacuation has been going. We had staff volunteers, they're staff members, but they volunteered to come and pick us up, even though, they, our staff, is mostly Nicaraguans, they had their families, they are experiencing this civil unrest more than any of us are, but they volunteered to come pick us up in our site. So we had a staff volunteer come, and they picked up all my site mates and I. We were allowed a maximum of 2 suitcases. I only had 1 because I took my other suitcase home this past Christmas when I visited the United States. So luckily I only had 1 suitcase. That made things easier. I was able to pack everything I wanted. I was able to get out of sight. We drove all the way to the city where we were consolidating, and that's where I am currently now. Basically, the capital of Nicaragua, Managua, is not in a condition where Peace Corps can allow us to evacuate from this country. So we're actually going to be taken to Costa Rica by bus. So in order to evacuate 168 volunteers, they're going to charter 3 buses to drive us to the capital of Costa Rica. And in the capital of Costa Rica, we are going to be having an evacuation orientation. So I didn't even know that this thing existed, and I think most of you probably have never heard that this is even a kind of conference. People know about COS conference, they know about staging, Embassy Day, they know about those different conferences, but there is another conference, which is Evacuation Conference, which I didn't know existed until this moment. So we're gonna have some staff members from Peace Corps Nicaragua come with us, and then some staff from Peace Corps Washington are going to be there, and actually our country desk officer will be there as well, so that will be quite interesting to see him again after all this time. And then Peace Corps Costa Rica is actually kind enough. They're going to be helping us out with this. So we're going to meet some of the staff from Peace Corps Costa Rica, which I'm really looking forward to. So that's all I have for right now. I'm going to continue to work on this video, and I will probably post it next week.
Like a broken soul in a wonder.